Do you need me to message him on Slack to let him know? Or
He's good. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us from the Action 2 News Digital News Desk. We are taking a live look this morning at Green Bay East High School. You can see one police car in the parking lot right there. We have had reports this morning that there will be an increased presence, more officers at both Green Bay East and West High Schools today after threats of a school shooting at both schools. The administrative officials as well as police are at this time investigating that. Right now you can see that one squad car in the parking lot there. We're told that is the school resource officers squad car by our crew on the scene right there. But we'll show you here this graphic that was shared by the Green Bay School District this morning. They posted to Facebook that they, again, were investigating potential threats, and as a precautionary measure, there would be additional police presence at both schools today. You can see that they're saying student and staff safety is their highest priority and that they're taking every threat seriously. They're asking anyone with information to contact Speak Up, Speak Out. That number is 1-800-697-8761 or call Crime Stoppers. That number 920-432-7867. Again, no word on what exactly the threats were, just that they are following those threats about potential school shootings at both East and West, so they have that additional police presence there. Again, our crew has been on the scene. We have this school resource officer's vehicle right there. Kristen Allen will be live at 9 o'clock coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning with more on that. But again, increased police presence at both Green Bay East and West High Schools today for those investigations into potential school shooting threats. We will continue to follow along with that and bring you the latest as we learn more. Now we're going to continue this morning and talk about another big talker, Tammy, that we've been discussing today. We have a first alert weather day because of that fog that's out there. We're seeing it.
we can see it right there in our Green Bay Skycam as we chat with Chief Meteorologist Steve Baylon. You've been keeping us up to date on this around the area. It really depends where you are this morning.
Yeah, it really does. It seems like the fog has been most present from Green Bay and south into the Fox Valley and across east central Wisconsin. Not as much fog to the north and northeast. So yes, it all depends on where you're watching us from. And even in those areas with fog, the visibility has fluctuated a little bit. I will show you a few sky cameras as well. This is a live view from downtown Appleton. You can see the fog as we look east down College Avenue. Roads are damp. People are using their low beam headlights. That's good. Temperature is above freezing. We're at 39 degrees, so it's really damp roads as opposed to icy roads. 40 in Manitowoc, and you can see that it is a misty, foggy morning there along the lakeshore. So the National Weather Service has trimmed away some of the counties in our dense fog advisory. They've allowed it to expire for a decent amount of folks in the North Woods. But that said, it's still in effect through 10 o'clock this morning in southern Marinette County, down into the Fox Valley and east over towards Manitowoc and Sheboygan counties. Not in the dense fog advisory is Brown, Kewaunee, and Door counties. And Menominee County, Michigan, also not in that advised area as well. So the visibility in Appleton, Manitowoc, Sheboygan, all down to a quarter of a mile. Not as foggy at the moment in Fond du Lac with 4 mile visibility, but that's been going up and down, up and down. So if you're traveling up and down the I-41 corridor, there may be times where it's not so bad, and other times where you're going down the highway and all of a sudden it's like you're driving into pea soup. So I would say between now and the next few hours, our severe weather outlook is going to be in the moderate category. Again, visibility dropping down to about a quarter of a mile on this first alert weather day. People should allow for some extra travel time, slow down, use the low beam headlights, and it's important to have following distance between you and other cars in case they decide to brake suddenly. So the travel weather is looking not so great right now, but the visibility will be gradually improving as we get into the midday and the afternoon as a cold front comes through. That'll give us a little bit of some very light, fine precipitation, but I do imagine behind that front, visibilities will start to get better as the fog thins out. First alert, Viper Max shows some showers in lower Michigan. We had a few showers leading up to daybreak. There's probably some very fine mist and some drizzle that is not easily discerned by the radar, so don't be surprised if it's definitely damp out there. So there's the forecast for today. Fog and mist and drizzle, a high of 42 around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then as that cold front comes through, we'll get brisk west winds, dropping our high temperatures back into the 30s. Now, I want to give you a first alert on our next weather maker. Actually, it's weather makers, plural. 2 bouts of snow are heading our way this week. The first one tomorrow night, around us some snow showers, might be a little bit slick early Wednesday morning. And then the second bout of snow is more impactful for Thursday. That could bring us a handful of inches of snow, and slippery travel is likely enough where I have elevated Thursday into a first alert weather day. So we're in a first alert weather day for fog this morning and a first alert weather day for snow as we go into Thursday. So this is first alert pinpoint predictor snowfall forecast. This is for tomorrow night. So this first round of snow, not too big of a deal, an inch or less across the area. That chance of snow tomorrow night is around 40%. But then the chance of snow with the second round, an Alberta Clipper coming through, that balloons up to 70%. And so here it is on your first alert super 7-day forecast. 42 today, then dropping back into the 30s, and then the 20s. There's that first round of snow Tuesday night. That second round of snow on Thursday, which has prompted that first alert weather day, looks like 2 to 5 inches. That's kind of where the goalposts are right now, 2 to 5 inches. Now that range could go, up or down depending, or actually this is up and down, right? Not side to side. Up or down depending on how you look at it there. But if we compare a couple computer models that we look at daily in the First Alert Weather Center, they are in decent agreement that 2 to 5 inches would pretty much fit the bill for most of the area. But as a reminder, it's a meteorologist's job to go through the very latest data that we get and adjust the forecast. So sometimes those long-range forecasts can change a bit. So 2 to 5 is how it looks right now, but that range could go up or down. And then when that Alberta Clipper is gone, we're looking at another blast of cold air to wrap up the week. Saturday, it's going to be sunny, but it's going to be on the chilly side, a high of 20, but our feel-like temperatures early Saturday morning to get into that weekend either at or a little bit below 0. I hope people didn't wait until the last minute to do their Christmas shopping. If you're waiting until the last minute, Mother Nature's not going to make it easy on you. It is definitely going to be a little bit more unsettled this week, even though I don't see any major powerhouse storm systems. At least that snow, though, on Thursday gives us our best chance of seeing a white Christmas as we get closer to the holiday.
There's the positive.
White Christmas. No need to call me out about the late Christmas shopping, Steve. Kind of rude there, but I'll forgive you.
Well, Emerson, I actually didn't call you out by name, but I did.
Tammy looked right at me as you said it.
I did drop that in there, kind of like a little wink, wink, hint, hint.
Just a little nudge.
But the thing is like, hopefully your shopping list isn't too long. Hopefully you get it done quickly, right?
If you wait until Christmas Eve, you don't have any option but to do it quickly. So,
and your options are usually a lot smaller because everything's picked off the shelves.
That's right? My mentality. I get in, I get out. It's going to be wonderful. But we appreciate the first alerts. We know you will be busy tracking not only that fog and the snow that's on the way as well. So we will let you get back to that. I will say too, every time he mentions pea soup with the fog, it still doesn't make it sound any more appetizing, Steve. It just
agree.
Not great, but we appreciate your work. We'll let you go get ready.
I'll give you a spoon next time, Emerson. That'll help.
A spoon and a bib. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, Tammy, and we are going to be discussing one other thing this morning. We, of course, talk about your consumer first alerts. I'm going to turn down our echo here. We all deal with robocalls, I think, at some time or another. And I was very happy to see your report because there's some action being taken to try and stop that, right? We like to hear that.
Absolutely. We like to share that with everyone who, reports all of this. Your reports go in, and sometimes people say, well, is it really worth me reporting these scam calls, robocalls? And this is action that's being taken. So here's what happened last week. Our Attorney General, Wisconsin Attorney General, Josh Kaul, and he's part of 51 state attorneys general, part of a bipartisan task force that are working to stop robocalls, illegal robocalls. And they sent warning letters to four different phone companies, none of them based in Wisconsin, but Josh Kaul said that they believe that they are responsible for millions of illegal robocalls. And these are the types of calls that we report on all the time at our Consumer First Alert. Those imposter scam calls sound like they're coming from the IRS or Medicare or Social Security. Auto warranty calls, the text scams, the cable discount scams, Amazon, Apple, all these imposter robocalls. So they had a big FCC investigation. So the Federal Communications Commission, they traced back millions of suspected illegal robocalls that were reported by customers. And they use all of the information and they can see a pattern. And that's what I've always talked with consumer protection officials, Better Business Bureau, and they all report. They pass all of this along when they see a pattern, and this comes from consumer reports that are coming in. So they sent warning letters to four phone companies.
And when they trace those calls with those companies getting those letters, that's by the tracing that they're able to say, okay, you're at fault of this, right?
Right, okay. And Josh Kaul said, pretty blatantly, those companies are supposed to ensure that they're taking the steps necessary to stop people from receiving these large volume of illegal robocalls. So I like to pass along that information because I think sometimes people wonder what's really happening, what's being done. So they were, some of these companies, there were cease and desist letters. And so these aren't the actual scammers, the criminals who are doing this. These are the phone companies who they're saying are transmitting, are allowing those calls to go through.
This to happen.
There's been a lot of technology upgrades and rules and legislation passed in the past few years that are holding phone companies responsible for this. So they put out these warning letters, but I wanted to let you know if you ever wonder what's the purpose for me reporting these. So if you get a robocall, and you can go a robocall, scam call, whatever it is, email, whatever you get, you can go on to the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection, have a link on my story, and you'll find a reporting form, and they want information. And so, and they're spoofing phone numbers too. So some of these they're finding that they make it look like it's coming from the utility company or Social Security Administration. I get reports all the time from people. They say, it looked like it was Medicare calling me. I just took a report from someone who said they were telling me that it was a new card, that the voicemail said I had a new card coming and I needed to press 1. You never want to press 1. I think you had that up on the screen there.
We can
do
pull
not
that back up.
press 1. Don't ever do that. And even if you don't get through to someone and you think maybe, I'm being put on the list to not get a call back, that actually tells them that that's a good phone number, so they will continue calling you. There's also, they found violations of the do not call list, and some people say, well, I'm on the do not call list and I'm still getting these calls. That's because they're criminals. They are not following the law.
The law set aside for this.
But, so these are illegal robocalls, some warning letters going out. So, and actually the Federal Trade Commission did report a decrease in robocalls in general last year. And so there is action that's being taken, people being held responsible, and so we always like to let you know that there's actually something being done.
There's work being done, absolutely.
Yeah, you always ask us, what's being done? So wanted to pass that along to you, and that was just coming out last week from the Wisconsin Attorney General, and then that task force that's working on that. So again, be vigilant about that, and don't pick up. The bottom line, phone numbers you don't recognize, and even if you do, like it looks like it's coming from a legitimate source, let it go to your voicemail and listen to that. And just if there's ever any questions, I always say go to the real source, whether it's the number on your back of your Medicare card, your insurance company, your cable company, calling numbers that are real.
Go to our website, check out that whole report under Tammy's Consumer First Alert tag, and also check out the other ones that are very relevant right now.
The holiday
gift card scams, the holiday scams.
Lots of things going on.
Lots of really good reports there that can help you out. Maybe if you still have to do some last minute Christmas shopping and get out there to make sure you're keeping your money safe this holiday season. And also make sure you're staying safe if you're headed out this morning. We're going to take another live look out at the conditions right now on this First Alert weather day. And it is foggy in Appleton this morning. Deep pockets of fog kind of throughout northeast Wisconsin coming and going on this First Alert weather day. So make sure to keep those low beam headlights on. Give yourself some extra time if you're driving this morning, and make it a great Monday, everybody.